Okay. Representative Pearson, you're recognized.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, sponsor. I do think, it's going to be important to have books that we support as a General Assembly, that we want to advance and that tell our stories and our histories in a very meaningful way. I even appreciated in your legislation mentioning we need to promote reading, right? Particularly at a time when there's this whole culture war of banning books and silencing dissenting voices. The challenges that I have here that I appreciate people wanting to call the question, but also appreciate indulging a little conversation here, is the history that we are advocating for as official state books. Some of these authors I have challenges with their viewpoints. For instance, you have The Civil War, a narrative by Shelby Foote, and is well known, but Shelby Foote was a very big supporter in some ways of Nathan Bedford Forrest, and he oftentimes underplayed the white supremacist views of Forrest in his writings about the Civil War and about the culture of the South at that time. And I don't think we want to have or should have authors in this list or books written by these authors that are promoting in many ways an unrealistic or an untrue narrative about the experiences of black folk, about the experiences of people in our state. And again, when it comes to Andrew Jackson, and I know many people here revere Andrew Jackson, and we've got his bust in our chamber, which I still don't understand. But Andrew Jackson was one of the most significant people in the genocide against Native Americans in the United States of America's history. Andrew Jackson was the proponent of the Trail of Tears, which runs through my district, which led to the displacement of hundreds of thousands of Native American and indigenous people across this country into lands and places that were not theirs. And so while I understand that he became president, there are certainly some things, and we know John Meacham, Oceana and I, he's a good guy, a really smart, articulate historian, a friend, but I don't believe American Lion or the papers of Andrew Jackson are deserving of being official state books that we want to encourage people to read without, at minimum, having other authors that are critical of that presidency and critical of the decisions that he made that were particularly devastating, especially for indigenous communities. And so this is why I cannot support this legislation. I understand what you're attempting to do. I want to promote more reading and the reading of diverse topics, and I've read a number of these books. But the reading of diverse topics is really important. But as a state, we should not endorse viewpoints, ideologies, or authors that in their writing are unjust and promoting immoral behaviors during that time or now. And so with that, I thank you.
All right. Very good. Let's move on to